You may wonder, like I did, what's happening biologically with ADHD and how does that impact us? Well, our bodies are made up of chemicals and hormones and all of those things. And some of the chemicals in people with ADHD are different. For example, I'll try to explain it here. Let's say this is a baseline for, I'm going to use the word normal person, even though I don't like it, but I'm lazy. Typical is the right word, but I'm just going to say normal because, again, lazy. So let's say that a normal person lives right here as far as their stress levels and reactions. And let's say that they're normal, they're relaxed, they're fine, and Bigfoot comes running out of the mountain and is smashing all the red cars, and you've got a vintage red Jaguar outside. Your stress level is going to go up here, and that's fight or flight, right? And so you're running on adrenaline, you're full speed ahead. What do we do? Fight, flight, freeze. That whole thing kicks in because a chemical, a stimulant, jumps in to protect you from the danger. So that's a normal person. Now, an ADHD person is a little bit different. Whereas this is the normal balanced chemical process, and this is stress. An ADHD person lives down here. You don't have enough of that stimulant. You're understimulated, ironically, so you make up for it by stimulating yourself or your environment or thinking in your head or whatever it may take to make you feel more regulated. So if you're here and a normal person is here and a normal stressed person is up here, what happens when an ADHDer gets really stressed out? Fight or flight kicks in just like anyone else, but guess what it does? It brings you to here. Pretty interesting, right? And of course you can go up to here and here. But because you're lacking whatever it is at a baseline level, stressful things, exciting things, things that interest you, kick in that chemical reaction, and you get up to baseline and you feel maybe not happy about the stress. That's not the right word, but your body smooths out and regulates. So a lot of people with ADHD will become addicted to any stimulant, whether that's caffeine or, illicit drugs or watching scary things on TV, jumping out of airplanes, whatever it might be for that person. Thinking about, decorating, whatever stimulates your brain, you're going to gravitate towards that and hyper-focus on it because it gets you at a baseline level of emotional being, regulatory being. So I find that very interesting. And because ADHD people are wired that way, they tend to go into professions that give you that stimulant that you need. So emergency room doctors, air traffic controllers, firefighters, people in really high stress jobs are frequently ADHD. Now, please don't get offended that I'm calling your doctor ADHD. I'm not. I'm just stating a, statistical fact. So if this is a normal person and you're an emergency room doctor and you're constantly dealing with that stress, you're going to be up here. But an ADHDer is going to, work puts me here. An occasional, big thing will put me up here. But generally, it's a balancing thing. So people with ADHD tend to gravitate towards these higher stress things because it's rewarding. They also tend to, like I said, gravitate towards stimulants that help. For me, for many years, it started out as a migraine remedy, but caffeine really stabilized my ADHD. And of course, that wasn't healthy, and it was hard to get off that, and I had gained weight on Mountain Dew, which is amazing stuff. But when I discovered medication, I was able to get off the other things that I was using to try to regulate myself. So from a biological standpoint and even a behavioral standpoint, that's part of the reason why ADHD people do what they do. I hope that helps. Thanks so much.